Howdy y'all, I'm Listener Games and thanks for stopping by. If you're anything like me, your computer is pretty much used for charging your phone. So in order to fill my game dev needs, I have Construct on my phone. And while it works pretty dang good, it does have some nuances, and I just kind of want to share some advice for anyone else who wants to use Construct mobily to make games. First thing you'll need to do is actually put it on your phone. And I know with this new Construct update, you can do it with Google Chrome, I think. But if you're using Safari, you'll just click on this guided tour and it brings up the actual program, which is really cool. And then it says to add it to your home screen. So to do that, you just hit that little square with the arrow, also known as a squareo. That'll bring up this little menu. It says add to home screen. Just hit that and bada bing, bada boom. You'll be a game dev soon. Now this ain't gonna be like a beginner's tutorial or anything. This is just kind of assuming you have the basics of Construct down and are trying to be able to create on the go. This layout's a lot more bare bones than the desktop version, but if you hold down on the left side of the screen and swipe to the right, you'll bring out your project settings. It's the same as desktop. This is where you control everything, your viewport size, all that good stuff. And you have your advanced settings, but no one needs any of that. Then you just kind of swipe it away. Swiping right will bring out your project screen. That's where all of your assets will lie, and families and all that good jazz. Then you can also swipe again. You can get your layer, your tile map. You can just kind of cycle through them. I've found that tile maps don't really work on mobile, so that's something. You can create art on here just like you can on the desktop, but a lot of the times I use this app, Sprite Creator. So I'm just gonna create that ugly little bag monster that I accidentally made for GMTK. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I set the size on this as ×2, so it'll be a 16 by 16 whenever it goes into Construct, and then PNG, background none. Once you're back in Construct, you just tap the screen and it'll bring up this menu, and then insert object like you would on the PC. Then you press the folder and choose your photo library and it'll be right there. And then you can change the size or do whatever else you need to do. And now your little friend's in the game. Now if you highlight your friend and then press the left of the screen and swipe right, instead of bringing up the project menu, it brings up their the sprite menu or whatever you have. I'm just gonna give them the move to behavior so we can put in some code and have it working. Now some things with the event sheet, it's super important if you want to keep your stuff organized to do it from the get-go. You won't be able to move events later. I mean, you can later, but it's a real pain in the ass, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Yeah, a lot of this is essentially exactly like on the computer, except you press instead of click and use T9 instead of a keyboard. All right, this part is super important. Save all the time, especially if you're somewhere with sketchy Wi-Fi or you're using data. Construct on mobile will crash. Another cool thing, the touch input will also register a left click as a touch when converting over to PC. So you don't even have to put in a mouse input. So at this point, I'm gonna put a little mirror event in, and then I'm gonna put it in the wrong place and show you why it's important to make sure you're putting everything in groups if you want to keep it organized. Right here is another issue that happens a lot. That's a drop-down box, and no matter how many times I press it, it won't come up. So you just want to save your project, close out of it, contemplate life, open it back up, and you'll be good to go.
Hey, you're finally awake. You were trying to
use the drop-down menu in Construct. All right, so we're back, and wham, bam, thank you, Uncle Sam, it works. So, oh no, I didn't put this in the group like I wanted to. On a PC, you just click it and drag it. On here, you can't. So you have to cut it and then paste it on there, which isn't really a big deal. Oh, I pasted in the wrong spot. Which isn't really a big deal, but it gets kind of annoying, especially if you have a ton of things that you need to move around. So unless you're cool with spaghetti, then get ready for a bad time. any normal human would have made this into a list, or at least like written down bullet points that they wanted to talk about. But we're out here flying by the seat of our pants. We're just along for the ride. But I think it's kind of good that we're doing it like this, because I would not have remembered this next thing had I not just come across it like while making this. But yeah, the autofill feature, like our auto type text thing, on PC, you start typing, you get this little menu of things, and you can click on it and it all works fine. But on this, if you start typing and you click on it, then it'll just type it again for whatever reason. And so you'll have to go in and get rid of parts. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else really. If anyone out there knows anything, please mention it in the comments or what have you. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm sure there's a ton of other stuff out there, but again, I'm not an expert in construct or phones or computers. I'm just a dude who's been fooling around with a app. So I hope this video has been helpful. If not, I hope it was at least entertaining, or gave you something to do for 6.5 minutes or so. But yeah, thanks for watching this, and come on back now. God, I'm terrible at ending these things. Thanks.